It's 2 p.m. on a Friday. You're sitting in a high school calculus class, staring at a whiteboard, waiting for the weekend. Suddenly, the intercom crackles. The lights snap off. The room goes pitch black. The silence only lasts a second. Out in the hallway, there's distant screaming. Then, right next to you, the heavy metal door handle starts to rattle violently. The intercom finally cuts through the dark. Code red. That scenario is a statistical reality. Between 2017 and 2018 alone, an estimated 4.1 million youth in the United States experienced a real, unscheduled school lockdown. This protocol was never meant for children. The term lockdown was adapted from the California correctional system in the early 1970s. It was a tactical maneuver designed for prison administrators to suppress inmate riots and regain control of a facility. Today, we apply that same prison logic to our schools. We turn classrooms into darkened, sealed boxes and instruct kids to hide silently in corners. In doing so, we create trapped bottlenecks that strip students and teachers of their ability to either assess the threat or escape it. The invisible damage happens inside the body. The human nervous system cannot tell the difference between an actual active shooter, an anonymous internet hoax, or a catastrophic software glitch. To the brain, the threat is entirely real. This chart shows the measurable toll of that terror. The massive Adolescent Brain and Cognitive Development Study tracked over 10,000 children and found that experiencing a lockdown directly correlates to a sharp spike in somatic symptoms, including unprompted sweating, heart palpitations, and clinical anxiety. If a child already struggles with pre-existing conditions, that baseline trauma multiplies. Students in the clinical range for ADHD are more than twice as likely to report that a lockdown had a severe, lasting psychological impact on them compared to their peers. By forcing children to repeatedly contemplate their own survival, the lockdown protocol itself acts as a primary traumatizing agent. It inflicts a heavy physical toll on their bodies long before anyone even verifies if there's actual danger. Imagine it's an outdoor lunch period. Hundreds of kids are milling around a sunny courtyard when 4 loud, unexplained booms echo off the brick walls. A stampede of sneakers scrambles for the nearest open doors. Inside the gymnasium, teachers desperately cover the glass doors with whatever they can find. There's no intruder in the hallway. The booms came from somewhere out in the surrounding neighborhood. This is where the logistical nightmare of mass containment breaks down. Substitute teachers without master keys find themselves locked out in the hallways. Groups of terrified students are crammed into unventilated back storage closets, entirely forgotten and unable to communicate their location. When these lockdowns drag on for hours, the situation devolves into a degradation of basic human dignity. With movement strictly prohibited, classrooms are forced to use makeshift orange buckets or kitty litter as toilets, trapping 20 kids in a cramped, silent, and foul-smelling room. Often, the cause of this misery isn't human at all. As suburban development pushes further into natural habitats, school borders frequently intersect with local wildlife. Those encounters reliably trigger full campus shutdowns. In Duluth, Minnesota, 2 schools were thrust into high-alert security protocols simply because a collared mountain lion wandered near the campus boundary. If it's not wildlife, it's the security infrastructure itself. In New York's Star Point district, a software glitch triggered a district-wide alarm, deploying 12 police cruisers to tactically clear classrooms for a non-existent threat. Whether it's a wandering animal or a faulty wire, treating every single anomaly with the exact same extreme zero-tolerance containment response guarantees one outcome. We inflict mass psychological harm over false alarms. Deep below the classrooms, a school maintenance worker sits trapped alone in a dark basement. A lockdown has been called, and he is completely cut off from the outside world. In the pitch black, the auditory terror takes over. A desk phone rings endlessly, but protocol dictates he can't answer it. He hears heavy footsteps overhead, then the terrifying crack of what sounds like a gunshot, followed by the static hiss of police radios. He is trapped in the communication vacuum. We've invested billions in smart technologies, silent alarms, magnetic door locks, strobe lights,
But these automated systems have outpaced our ability to communicate real-time situational awareness to the people trapped inside.
Bad actors exploit this blind spot through swatting, intentionally weaponizing a school's automated systems by placing fake emergency calls to trigger massive, heavily armed police responses just to watch the chaos unfold online. The educational system often exacerbates this terror. Seeking physical muscle memory, districts mandate hyper-realistic drills where staff and students are subjected to simulated violence, rubber pellets, and aggressive tactical entries without any prior warning. After enough hoaxes, glitches, and simulations, the students stop reacting. They hesitate at the sound of the siren, doubting if they are actually in danger or just in the middle of another mistake. Addressing this requires moving away from a lockdown-first culture and toward trauma-informed preparedness. That means building human-in-the-loop systems to verify threats before locking down, and guaranteeing structured mental health support after the all-clear is given. Until we integrate transparent communication and mandatory psychological care into our emergency plans, the protocols designed to keep children safe will remain a primary source of their chronic trauma.